Welcome to the greatest place on earth, my doghouse. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I am as usual. This is going to be about a little bit about politics, the extremeness. And what I mean by that, the left trying to destroy our country and the people in it by their political philosophies they are pulling off. No, I do not have anything against Democrats or Republicans. My mom and dad were 100% diehard Democrats. My dad passed away a diehard Democrat. My mom always voted Democrat until the Bill Clinton Monica Lewinsky deal, and she never voted for a Democrat again. But, and that's the way I was raised. I was raised in a home that the Democratic Party was it. They were for the poor. They were for all the good things to help people out without any money. And today's Democratic Party isn't that at all. They want to go woke and communism. And don't tell me socialism isn't part of communism. Look what the communist leaders have said about socialism. And a good example of that is New York. But what I'm going to get into here is the crap going on right now with human beings being held hostage by a party on the left. Yes, it's not the right doing this. This plain, simple resolution would have not put us here. Period. But if it was reversed, the Democrats would have been crying foul on the Republicans for the exact same move. Why? Because right now, a lot of, not all of them, and believe me, I know some damn good Democrats, but there is enough there on the left that don't want nothing to come about anything. They want to make sure that their pocketbooks and their PR is more important than the people they represent. Otherwise, there would be no way SNAP program is in jeopardy. And you can't sit here and blame the people on the left or the right. It's all the people on the left. All they had to do was do the resolution to continue it. Now, I'll tell you personally, I think 98% of the time, continuing resolutions are a piece of garbage and shouldn't be done. And in this case, there is no alternative. If you want a good insurance program, or not to go by the wayside, I shouldn't say it's good. That's very questionable. But if you want that to go by the wayside, keep doing what you want to do. If you want the people that need the money really bad to live off of for food and that, don't vote for the continuing resolution ever. Let the people suffer that are on SNAP. Yes, that's exactly what they are doing. And you people with Trump derangement syndrome will never admit to that. But Trump derangement syndrome is very, very much a real thing. Now, all they had to do is do the continued resolution, and then they could have worked something out if they so desired. But the left does not want to work anything out. They want to dictate. Oh, they're calling who the dictator? When you're doing what they're doing, exactly dictating to what's right and what's wrong. They're dictating to the people, if you want this and you want that, it's the right's fault. You have to do what we say. That's kind of a dictator mentality. And by the way, As far as presidents go, I voted for Democrats, I voted for Republicans, and I voted independent. In every election since I was old enough to vote for president, I voted in. So don't accuse me of being somebody that's kissing up to Trump. There's things he does I don't like. There's things he does I like. But the main thing here is what the Senate is doing is a bunch of garbage. You can't look at it any other way. They're willing to sacrifice American people for their own benefit. You think if this passes, they give you a crumb here and there, that they're not pocketing something somewhere along the line? Because they are. They'll be out there pocketing money like you won't see it, but they will be doing it. But when they do this, they're still going to blame the right for everything. And you know what happened? If they cave now, in 3 weeks or so, they'll cave again. You cannot be afraid of the left. The left want to be dictators. And I don't mean people that vote Democrat. I mean the extremists. I'm not necessarily in the extremists on the other way either. But think about it. Think really hard about it. Why do you want to put human beings in the spot they did? And it's not the people on the right that's doing this. Just look at it objectively, who is at fault. Now, if you want to argue this point of why did it get this way, it should have never got this way. They have plenty of time to correct it. Both sides. But they didn't do it. Both sides like to wait until the last minute and stuff like this happens. But in this case, it could have been corrected and put to the right by continued resolution. If you still don't like it and blame the Republicans for it, maybe you should go in and tell people when the people that are on the blaming him for it. Here's what you do. You go in, you tell them you don't want SNAP anymore. You don't want any government assistance because we're standing up for what the left is doing. Go in, get all that stopped because that's what the left is doing right now. And if you're for that, just give all that up. Otherwise, you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. Just give it up. Then you're showing the right you're standing behind the left by giving up your stuff. Oh, in this case, you wouldn't have no choice right now, which is a bunch of garbage. This should never, ever be happening. And if you are one patting yourself on the back for what is happening, there's something wrong with you. You're willing to sacrifice the people of this country for your own belief. Shame on you. All this is doing is sacrificing good people, and some of these people on SNAP have no choice. And you're punishing them, and yet you're saying the right is the ones in the wrong. Who's stopping it? The left. You can argue it until you're purple in the face. It's still the left doing it. You really want our society to go woke? And that's what a lot of this is. Some of these people are so afraid, especially in New York, even in California, they would rather be woke and go broke and get money. Well, they won't go broke, that's just a saying, but they want to make sure their pockets are lined. And the left is very, very good at that. And yes, people on the right do the same thing. And this is what gets me mad about this. All this should have been taken care of before now. But with that 60 vote to move anything forward, if you're in the minority, you can stop this stuff, which is a bunch of crap. I think they should do the nuclear option and get rid of it. And don't be afraid to do it. See, that's where the Republicans are cowards. If they had any backbone, regardless of what they're getting threatened, if they ever get out of power, if they had any backbone, they would go in and do the nuclear option. It's a shame we live in a society where your politicians are afraid of their own shadow. And that's both sides. But the bottom line still goes back. The left had every opportunity not to let this happen. They still have that opportunity. But you're the sucker. They're using you as suckers, and you're following them like sheep. You care less about the people that need SNAP. You care less about them that are misfortunate. No, I've never been on SNAP or any government program other than my Social Security check. But I know people that live off of that, or helps them. Shouldn't say live off of it, but it helps them. It helps them to go forward in life. And you say that's okay because you have Trump derangement syndrome. You're not willing to do the right thing. You would rather fight what is right and then do what is right. If you are doing this, it's a crying shame that you're willing to put people on the line and let people suffer because you don't like Trump. Guess what? The bill's out there. These, not you guys, but the politicians, all they got to do is do a continuing resolution and get this crap over with. Quit trying to hurt the people in our country. Shame on the left.